Hi, my name is Amber Meekum, and this is my internship presentation on the Dibble Institute. So, finding my internship, I first contacted my faculty advisor, um, who was Gary Radcliffe at the time, and he actually transferred me to the guy that was the head of internships for me. Because I was doing it online, it was Brother Mays, and he let me call in with any questions I had and guided me to the internship page for marriage and family studies. It gave me many options of what previous interns had done, and I just looked for all the online ones since I knew I needed to stay at home with my daughter. I emailed all the ones that interested me the most and let them know that I was looking for an internship opportunities in the fall. And after emailing them, by the next day I had received 4 replies back already, which I was very surprised about. And as I did a little more research on each of their companies and what I really wanted to do for my internship, I made a decision to go with the Dibble Institute for Marriage Education. What I didn't know at the time was that it was less about marriage and more about teens and relationships. After I confirmed with Aaron, who was the supervisor for the Dibble Institute, I let Brother Mays know, and he led me to the Career Navigator under the Marriage and Family Studies page, and then on to internships, and then that is where I set up my account and through in the Career Navigator, and through that system to put my information in to get my internship approved and everything. So some of my responsibilities as I worked for the Dibble Institute, so my title was a research assistant, and basically because it was online, I emailed back and forth with my coordinator Aaron, and he would send me projects to work on via email. And before starting the internship, he let me know that they were kind of revamping and updating and fixing a lot of the programs that we help with. And so sometimes I was searching on the web to find names or finding pictures for a project. I also did research where I would look for research to help enhance a basic lesson. So we looked for music videos, video clips, object lessons, etc., that teens would enjoy and would benefit the lesson to enhance the lesson. I have also done like consistency checks on lesson plans that were changed, or just to make sure everything's put together nicely for the final product. So how did I benefit the company that I served at? So with improving their programs, it's very important to do the little things. So we interns worked on the little tedious things sometimes. We are like the behind the scenes work, and these little things are what make the programs their best and valuable to so many people and the companies that they send them to. And it allows for a successful program that benefits the teenagers that we work for. So during my internship experience, I definitely learned a lot. I developed my skills on researching, just in general. Really, each project I had to really learn how to research or where to research, looking for certain things in different topics, and sometimes they were difficult topics to find. I also learned more on how to use Google Docs. I hadn't had much experience with that, so I was able to utilize Google Docs and learn a little bit more about that and help with the projects utilizing that. And then as I researched for like lesson plans, I also learned so much more about the teenage brain and their development and how their relationships now affect their future relationships. And overall just made me really want to learn more about adolescence, and also I had wished I had taken an adolescent development class on campus to prepare for it. because there's just so much to learn. My main connection that I made between my coursework and my experience during my internship, I would say, is about relationships in general. Relationships take effort, and we need to have good communication skills in all of our relationships. And that starts out in our young years, and so as teens develop good communication skills, that can continue on their marriages and just future relationships that they have. And you will always make new relationships everywhere you go, and you'll keep old ones throughout your whole life. And so you might as well learn how to communicate in an effective manner with kindness and respect for yourself and the other person. So relationships and communication are a huge part of what I learned through my internship and my coursework. So for recommending this site, first of all, it was a different experience than I was expecting. Because I said before how, it said for marriage education, and so I thought I was, going into more of the marriage education, but it kind of turned out to be more teenage education and teenage relationships and things like that. And so on the list, it had, it says the Dibble Institute for Marriage Education. But in the end, I was grateful for the experience. That was out of my comfort zone, and even gaining the knowledge that I did, and I learned more from that. I would also say that if you are looking for something that is something that you can stay at home and work at, and you don't mind some tedious work, then I would recommend this experience. And then just for some contact information, this information you can also find on the Marriage and Family Studies page under finding your internships. But so my coordinator was Aaron Larson, and that's his phone number if you need to get a hold of him. I never used his phone number, but I used his email a lot more, and that's how I contacted him to first receive a reply of internship opportunities. So that's his information, and it's a great, and he's a great person, and the Dibble Institute's a wonderful nonprofit organization to work for and help with. So that's my presentation.